Hey guys, welcome back. And I am sitting in our brand new homeschool room. You probably looking at the scribbles on the wall and behind me and like, that's not brand new. No, it's not. This is the artwork of my little pint-sized Picasso. Um, this is the old nursery, my son's old room, which I refuse to repaint while he is still in a habit of drawing on my walls. So we have converted this room into our brand new homeschool room. And so even though technically it is not completely finished, I still have a few things to put on the wall that I'm looking at in front of me. And I have to get chairs for our room, which hopefully I can do that this weekend. Find some nice little secondhand chairs that I can kind of clean up, maybe make some slip covers for. And then we're pretty much set. Now, outside of that, the only other thing that I need for my homeschool room is my curriculum. Waiting on it. Waiting on it. I'm waiting for them to fulfill my order. So it's been ordered, guys. It's been ordered, and we're just waiting right now. So we do actually have Abeka. Abeka has come in, and we are doing their 6th grade math program. And then I also picked up some supplemental items from Timberdoodle to kind of supplement for science for my little one who is in kindergarten this year. Um, Outside of that, everything else in terms of curriculum is coming from the good and the beautiful. So I'm assuming they are just overwhelmed with orders. And so I am one of those orders, and we are waiting for our order to be fulfilled because that is the bulk of our curriculum is coming from there. Um, my little one needs more of a free play kind of learning style. He's in the kinesthetic type of learner, where my oldest, who is 6th grade now, she learns better by hearing things read to her, and she's always like, "Mommy, can you read this? Can you read this to me?" um so she really needs a little bit more structure. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to wing it per se. I really want to get these curriculum in. Or I don't know what the plural of curriculum is, so y'all can let me know in the comments. But I really want to get them in. So hopefully we can get started on our official curriculum in the next 2 weeks. The first week of August is my goal, because that still gives me 2 weeks to kind of finish off the room anyway, that I want to do without rushing. So I have 2 weeks to get the room completely ready without rushing. Now, what we started tonight, and you'll see in the video, I just took my braids out. So I didn't realize I had half my head undone and the other half still had braids in. But I'm working with the kids with our Lego and just doing like some team building projects, which is not their strong point, brother and sister always. And so we did that. We did a couple projects. I was like, okay, build me a rectangular prism, build me a pyramid. Your pyramid has to have this many colors, this many levels, and you have to work together, and so they failed all but one because they didn't work together. I was like, okay, well, we're going to keep practicing, we're going to keep working on this, because you guys are going to have to learn how to work as a team, not just within our home structure and homeschool structure, but just in life in general. You are going to have to learn how to work with other people. And so that's kind of what we're doing now to kind of fill the time between here and the official start of our school year. But as a whole, my daughter did good. My daughter is on the autism spectrum, and I've talked about that in other videos. So if you're new to the channel, yes, she is. And so for her, sometimes processing the information that I give her is very difficult for her. Or maybe not very difficult, but sometimes it is a challenge, and I can see her and she I was like, okay, mommy has the backpack. You know, maybe I am stressing her out in the way that I am giving her instruction. So I have to take a step back and give her the opportunity to process the information that I've already given her. And so it's a learning process for all of us involved. You know, my degree is in interior design. Don't let the door fool you. This is probably handiwork from a 3-year-old slash 4-year-old, maybe a little bit of 5-year-old in there too. But my degree is in interior design. You know, it's not in education per se. I mean, I could teach you how to calculate carpet. You know, I can teach you how to calculate square footage. But so this is definitely something that's really new for me. But I am excited. The kids are excited about the schoolroom and having a room that they can come in and learn and play. And we've gotten a few books that we've added to the libraries here in the room. And so I'm really excited about that. And so I'll give you guys a little tour of what I've been doing so far to get the room in order. And hopefully 2 weeks, man, we'll have chairs. We'll have, I don't know if I'll make slip covers, but I do have fabric set aside. If I choose to make slip covers for whatever new chairs that we get. And then again, I have a few little pieces that need to go up onto the wall. And then we're good to go. So we got a lot of Picasso artwork on the walls all throughout the room. But, you know, it's a compact room, but we have everything we need in here. And so I'm excited about that. So we have our makeshift dry erase board and little bulletin board, some artwork from the kids from years past. And so this will just be helpful information for the kids. And I have it divided where my daughter's things are on one side, my son's things are on the other. So this is kind of our arts and crafts cabinet here. Sewing supplies and things of that sort and markers are on the top. Art supplies and my old sewing machine are on the bottom. Now this station here is going to be my station. This is where I have mommy books. Okay, my Abeka books. These are my Abeka books here. My journal for doing evaluations for the kids. My Timberdoodle catalog. And then the dresser is really just going to hold stuff for me. So this is my station here. Eventually my tablet will move and the basket will move and we'll make room for a printer up here. We got some good old-fashioned music, some good old-fashioned nail polish and marker on the wall. And then each child gets a tower. And the tower will have small and medium books on the top shelf, large books on the middle shelf, and on the bottom shelf is going to be their textbooks. So right now for my dude, you can see his little science books. So we picked those guys up from Timberdoodle. And then we have my books across the bottom. And then my daughter has her tower. Again, small books on top, big books in the middle, and then her school books, and we only have the Abeka Math in so far, will be on the bottom there. And that's it, guys. That's our room, our round table. We are officially called the Knights of the Round Table, but unfortunately our round table does not have chairs as of yet. So they will eventually. But that is our little homeschool room. I have 2 TVs that do not work, but they're just here for the time being. And that's our little homeschool room. As you can see from our video and our pictures, my room was a hot mess, and it still is a hot mess. There is some artwork all over my walls, my mini Picasso, artwork, makeup, markers, highlighter, nail polish, whatever he could get his hands on. I am not painting this room over until he is out of that phase or out of my house. So you're going to see a lot of artwork on the walls, guys. But I really just I had originally made a list of school supplies, and that list was like, it included like a small computer, it included a printer and some toner for the printer and other school supplies, but it was like $1,000, maybe about $1,100, not including taxes and shipping. And that's a lot of money. Corona or no Corona break, like that's a lot of money. And every time I went to do something on my supply list, it was like God was just like, nope, nope, nope. Like every time I went to order something or just went to make changes, God just kept closing the door. And I was like, okay, he's closing the door for a reason. He does not want me to invest this money into this homeschool experience. And so during that time and a few days after that, I've just been walking around the house and I've been like, God has been opening my eyes to things that I already have in the house that I can use for our homeschool, where we don't have to necessarily dish out $1,100. So we had a second table. This was in storage in the closet right here. I had these guys already in storage in the closet right here. We already had the cork board. We have two. We have one here and one behind the camera. My son had knocked a picture off the wall, old picture, probably 20, 25 years old, that I had. But it had a glass insert, which you're not really finding a lot now. You're finding hard plastic glass inserts, as opposed to actual glass. And if you don't know, glass and mirrored surfaces can be used as dry erase boards. So instead of dishing out $30, $40 for a dry erase board, I found some dry erase markers that I already had here at the house. I just took my picture out the frame and like flipped it. So you just see the cardboard backing. And so now I am using that for my dry erase board, and it just has the books that we are reading for the week and the subjects that we are covering for the week. And that's pretty much all that is on the dry erase board, but it's supplies that I did not have to come out of pocket with. And so I'm very grateful that God has just opened my eyes to all of the chaos that I had in my house already, where I could save the financial resources and invest it towards something else. Now, the chairs that I am sitting in was from the Habitat for Humanity restore. So they were $10 a piece. I had budgeted $20 a piece, so they were $10 a piece. But I did go and pick up some actual school supplies. We got some composition notebooks, some notebook paper, a few folders, pencil cases for the kids, but it wasn't a tremendous amount of stuff. It was 2 composition books for my son, 2 spiral notebooks for my daughter, a folder for each, a pencil case for each, and pencils for my son. Like, that was it. That was it. That's the extent of my school supplies, guys. And I think that's really all that we need for right now, because everything is kind of just self-contained within their notebooks. And I will go over what we've been doing for the week as well. So for this week, we have been reading, for my son who's in kindergarten, Bear Counts. And Bear Counts is by Karma Wilson, and Jane Chapman, I believe, did the illustration. And for my daughter, we are reading Nancy Clancy's Super Sleuth, and this one is by Jane O'Connor, and the illustrator is Robin Price Glasser. So these are the 2 books that we are reading. Now, my daughter is 6th grade. This is not a 6th grade book. I think this is more 2nd to 3rd grade, but she likes Nancy Clancy. So I figured we can work around the reading level with the assignments that I give her based out of this book. And so kind of what we're starting with for this week, we're covering reading, we're covering writing, social skills, and art. And you might think, whoa, that's a heavy load to start the week. It's not a very structured classroom. So I'll tell you kind of what we've been doing. So for bear counts, we have started by reading the book, okay? And then what my son, for example, today, our assignment was to go through each section. So this is the 3 section. They're otters, they're crows, they're owls, they're clouds, and they're bees. They had to pick one of those subjects. And based on that subject, they had writing assignments for. And so that's what they put in their notebooks. And then we also was able to go to YouTube and find wildcrats, from PBS Kids, the wildcrats. And so one of the animals that's in this book is a frog. And so we were able to look at a video on the bullfrog from the wildcrats. And then we talked about that. And a lot of the animals that were featured in that wildcrats video are actually featured in this book. And so that's how we start with some reading. We'll watch a video, we'll have a discussion, we'll go back to the workbook, and that's kind of what we've been doing. Now, even though this is a book for my kindergartner, I still gave my daughter some assignments out of it because, well, she already knows how to spell bear. She knows how to spell frog. She knows how to spell cloud. What we are working with for my daughter is writing on the line, keeping her letters on the line and not having them float. We are working on finger spacing, capitalization, and punctuation. And yes, that is stuff that is technically beyond 6th grade, or I should say below 6th grade level, but those are things that she was working on in speech and in OT when she was in public school last year. So we're just continuing a lot of the exercises that she was doing in speech and in OT. We're just doing it in a slightly different way. So we're starting the first 3 weeks of our homeschool just really going over the basics. So we'll probably be in these books maybe for another couple days. And that's okay because we still haven't done the Nancy Clancy, and they'll get vocabulary words out of here. For my daughter, my son will get words that he can practice holding a pencil. In any event, a lot of the assignments that we're doing with my son focuses on pencil control and just tracing of his letters and getting him in the habit of being able to sit at the desk and work, listening skills, and following directions. With my daughter, it's working on some of the things that we covered last year with speech and OT, and incorporating those into her reading, into her writing, and into her social skills and art skills. So we are covering a lot of subjects, but the way that we're covering them, they are all inclusive. I did want to show you quickly kind of what my son is doing. So, let's see. Now with him, he has bear counts. So we're practicing. Tracing letters, bear counts, pencil control. Okay? Writing the words, pencil control. That's what we're doing with little dude. Okay? Now, with my daughter, for her, again, it's staying on the lines. And so when I grade her work, I'm not, these are little nonsense paragraphs that I'll write out for her. But my concern is, do your lowercase letters look like lowercase letters? Your uppercase look like uppercase? You're using punctuation properly. You're using capitalization properly. Are your words floating above the line, or are they touching the line like they are supposed to? So this is her first year using college rule paper, so I know it's an adjustment for her, but we're working on those basic writing skills and refreshers for her. So when I grade, if it's right, I just do a check mark. If she needs to work on it, I'll underline it, and we talk about it here at the table as I am going through her assignments. Now, she is only required to write in cursive to put her name at the top of each assignment. But I did give her a bonus assignment today. Could she write a whole paragraph in cursive? She hasn't written a whole paragraph in cursive in months, guys. So this was her practice, her bonus practice today. And it was a lot for her, but she pushed through, and I am super duper proud of the effort that she gave. No, it's not perfect, and some of the words aren't spelled right, but the effort to me takes precedent over correct spelling right now. And so I love it. I'm proud of my baby. Proud of my baby. So that's what we have, guys. That's where we're at. Nancy Clancy and Bear Counts is what we are doing right now. We'll probably be in these books for at least, I would say, another 4 days or so, 4 or 5 school days. We'll probably be in these books, and then we'll move on to another set of books. But this time is really about laying the foundation for writing and laying the foundation for listening skills, following directions, and giving effort. Okay? And that's where we're at, guys. So happy homeschooling wherever you are at in this journey. We are at day 3. So we will see how this journey goes. I will definitely keep you guys posted. And until then, y'all know the drill. We'll see you in the next video. Okay? Bye.